This is parashat Tzav, Shabbat Gadol, Erev Pesach. Very interesting. Everybody wants to say what's the connection between the parasha and Shabbat Gadol and Pesach. It's interesting that in the parasha itself, we talk about chametz. The Torah says about our korbanot mincha, the meal offering that you bring, you should be careful not to offer chametz. You should not be baked chametz. It's interesting. Even lechem apanim was not chametz. All of the menachot, except some exceptions, all of them were not chametz. There's the love in Torah. Don't make them chametz. Now Rambam explains why. Why in Bet HaMikdash, the mincha, the meal offering that they brought was not chametz. What's the reason for it? Rambam says because the Oved Avodah Zarah, those that they worship Avodah Zarah at that time, they brought chametz as a korban. Since these idol worshippers, they brought chametz as a korban for Hashem, as a gift for Avodah Baruch, Hashem says, I'm not interested in that, I don't want it. Now the question is, what does that mean? Why did these idol worshippers brought chametz, and why the Avodah Baruch says, I don't want it? It's interesting, what's chametz? Chametz is the natural product in the creation. Avodah Baruch created grain, Avodah Baruch created fruits, vegetables, and a lot of things. Chametz is a handmade. In other words, what should you do? You should get flour and mix it with water and wait for 18 minutes. Then makes chametz. Chametz doesn't grow on a tree. Chametz doesn't come out like that. Chametz we have to make the handmade. Now, the Persian explained, over the Avodah Zarah, they didn't suffice to bring something that naturally is there for the idol. They brought something that they have to work in it. They have to put effort. They have to build it up, have to make it. Now, what was the intention to bring something that they have to work on it? They wanted to give a hint to the Avodah Zarah. Avodah Zarah, please listen. Just like you are working hard for you. We toil. We just didn't bring something naturally is there to bring it for you. I want you also repay me for whatever that I told and I worked to bring for you. Also, you should not just give me natural things. I want you to work for me. I want you to repay me back for whatever that I did. Because over the Avodah Zarah, the relationship is not a type of relationship of a pure relationship. All the relationship is business. Because why does a person goes after Avodah Zarah? For which Avodah Zarah would select? The Avodah Zarah that takes care of him better. Does more things for him. The fact that he loves himself to have those things, he goes to that Avodah Zarah. He doesn't love Avodah Zarah, doesn't like Avodah Zarah. He loves himself. He wants to get satisfied himself. He wants his own wanting, his own desire. That's why he's choosing this Avodah Zarah. But the Har Yisrael on Pesach night, but our Avodah Baruch Hu doesn't want our Avodah to be like a business. Hashem says, don't bring chametz in Bet HaMikdash. Why? The idea is this idea that this idol worshiper, they have this type of relationship, of business type of relationship with their master, with their God, with their idol. Hashem says, I don't want it. I'm against that. I work with you with the relationship of love, dedication. We love each other. We do things for each other without any expectation because we have gratitude. We show our gratitude to each other. But that is what Avodat Hashem is. Therefore, Torah says in Bet HaMikdash, you should not bring chametz. This idea of chametz, that bringing the business deal in my Bet HaMikdash is not that. My Bet HaMikdash is the place of love. Bet HaMikdash is called it's like a wedding of Avodah Baruch Hu. Mishkan was like a wedding. All of the korbanot, all of the things that they brought is full of love and dedication. It's not a business deal. Now, it's very interesting, before she explained, that on Pesach was the time of conception of Am Yisrael. Am Yisrael became Am Yisrael on this night, on this Tekufa. Now, since it's initiating Am Yisrael to become Am Yisrael at the time of initiation, Hashem says, you, in this week of Pesach, you should act like the Tamil Rosh. In your avodah with Hashem, don't eat chametz, eat matzah. And to point out that our relationship is with that simple bread. And we are not expecting from each other what to do. Is a lovely relationship together. And if you notice, it's very interesting that all of the Pesukim that we take for Haggadah, for their Pesach, is not the Pesukim that we take from Sefer Shemot. We talked about the history of Exodus, history of Yetziat Mitzrayim. We take the Pesukim from Parashat Kitabu, Parashat Bikurim. The parashat that we read when we bring the Bikurim, we bring the first fruit, and we show our gratitude to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Those Pesukim are Pesukim of gratitude toward Hashem. We're telling HaKadosh Baruch Hu, thank you. We give Hodah to Hashem for whatever that HaKadosh Baruch Hu did for us. That, took us out of Mitzrayim, gave us the land. Therefore, it's very interesting. Leil Pesach, whatever that we are saying, we're not just informing the history of Exodus or Yetziat Mitzrayim to everybody by the table. No, that's not the case. If we just did the history of the Exodus and numerous miracles that happened, a person is not Yotze. What Chazal mean to say, Parashat Bikurim, understand, have feelings, realize, make yourself very much aware of gratitude toward HaKadosh Baruch Hu for what happened. Therefore, it's a night of showing Hakadato, it's a night of showing gratitude toward Hashem, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu did all of these things for us. And also, there's another remedy in the parasha for that, we bring Korban Todah, that Chazal say, that we bring, and Chazal say there are 4 people that they bring Korban Todah. About saying your Dehayam, those that they want to see, will be part of the desert, and the Sheikh Hayat, the Rasulim, and Chodesh Nitapa. And Chazal say for Arba Chusot, it's connected Arba is 4 people, because in Mitzrayim all happened to us. Your Dehayam, we went through the Yam, we went through the desert, and we were imprisoned by Paro, and we were Chole in Mitzrayim with all of the suffering and everything, and Hashem Baruch Hu saved us. There is a night of gratitude toward Hashem. Thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu for whatever that He did for us. Person should make a list of all of the hatava that he received from Hashem, and to contemplate that within himself, to understand, to realize. It's a night to show gratitude to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that is the greatest zechut. Once we feel we have so much hatava from Hashem that we don't deserve, then we try to obey, we try to dedicate ourselves, try to become closer and closer to Ahava and love. And that is Am Yisrael. That is what we are trying to accomplish this night, convey this message to our children.